Hey guys, Mark Ferrasci, Protect Dog Training, and Marco, come here, Marco, up. All right, well this one I wanted to accent to you a topic in regards to my ECollar. I'm going to start layering in the ECollar with Marco. So one of the first things we do is what we call habituation. It means we're getting the dog used to something in a consistent fashion. Like if I was to use a pinch collar, I'll put it on the dog and not really use it for the first couple days. In this context, he's already been acclimated to the pinch collar, knows what it is, but he's never had the e-collar on. In regards to me layering in the e-collar, which is I'm going to start working on, we're going to have a series on that as well. I'll do another whole little area on the e-collar. Yep. Marco, up, couchette. Good. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the e-collar on him. It's not even on, right? And I'm going to put it on him and let him wear it for a few days regularly. So when I take him out, I'm going to put it on and just go out and work him as normal without doing anything with the stim collar. So I'm not going to be hitting the button or doing anything with it. It's dead, right? The dog will get used to it slow but sure. Kai, quiet. You be quiet. Okay. So I'm going to do the same thing I normally would, which is to grab the dog's jowl. I'm going to put the collar on tight, and I'm going to shake it around and get it down to the skin. And that's going to be a regular process when I'm using the e-collar and I put it on the dog and fit it on him, right? In this case, it's not on. It won't be on for 2 or 3 days at least, right? Yep, good boy. And then what I want to try to do later on down the line is charge it, which means I want him to be excited about getting it put on. We'll talk about that later. It's a whole nother process, what we call charging the collar. You can charge almost anything. It's all about the dog having an association to whatever it may be. Example of that would be cueing the dog by putting a harness on him, because every time you put the harness on, you go out and do bite work. How smart does it take a dog to be to figure out real quick that when the harness goes on, I get to go do bite work? Well, there's a cue and a conditioning that creates a whole different situation, because you've got the dog used to having a harness put on in relationship to bite work, which they love, by the way. All right, that's pretty much it. Come on, up, couche. So I'm going to start working with him and layering in the collar, and I'll do a whole series on that. I think I'll call it Marco E-collar, or E-collar 101 Marco. Actually, Marco semicolon E-collar 101 is what I'll call it. So I'll do a library on that. We'll start talking about the E-collar. In this regards, we're talking today, the first day it's going on him in the context of using it for training. We're going to habituate the dog to it first, right? All right, Mark Ferrasci, Protect Dog Training, and Marco. Talk to you later.